Guys, welcome back to Hear Our Voices, where we tell stories, give resources, and change the narrative of homelessness. Sorry, guys. Thank you guys for coming back to part two. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you guys for sharing our social media platform. We would love for you to join our family over here. The people are just listening, guys, and have not joined the party yet. I think you should do that. I'm just saying. I think you should be a part of this Hear Our Voices family. And I want you to know from the story that it's not easy being a mom. It's also not easy being a mom of a person with special needs. And she's working so hard to make sure her voice is heard. She talks in a lot of different forums and places and making sure people understand that she is not going to be quiet. She's going to do everything for her child, no matter what the cost is. You know what I'm saying? And she's in the best place to get the best resources for her child in New York City. New York City has a lot of different things working for it and also working against it. We have a lot of services. The problem is that it's hard to get the services because of different red tape you have to go through. But once you get it, it can definitely change you and your family's life. So obviously, I wish her all the best in her endeavors. And please follow us on social media. We have a YouTube, we have a TikTok, we have an Instagram, we have Threads at times, and we would love for you to come and check us out over there and share what we have on here. If you have any people who would like to be a part of the podcast, we welcome you. You need to have a child under the age of 21 in shelter in any state. And if you're a person with resources for New York City, I would love to be on here, or just give us resources that we can tell people about. Even if you don't want to tell you, I could read a little small thing about your organization to make sure that people can hear the word about what you're doing. If you have any updates of anything that you would like us to talk about or any topics, we would love to have it on here. And thank you so much for being amazing. Bye.
Covers all three. When I do like any housing program, they give you a paper to fill out. Mobility covers, blindness, deafness. Those are he covers all three. And he still gets denied. So even though the resources are good, the system have so much things in it that needs to be weeded out. So the right persons can get the right stuff. And I know I'm not the only person going through that. I know a lot of persons doing it. I'm trying to get a medical wheelchair for him. And it has been taking so long just to get a prescription filled for the system to get the thing for him to fit it, because the one I had, it was too heavy for it, so it broke.
Right.
Because, I just have a baby stroller. A baby stroller is not for a grown 7-year-old.
Right.
So he has to be fitted with a particular stroller that he's measured, he's weighed, and they'll put it in the system, whereas if he grows to 10, he can still use it, then I upgrade or change.
Right.
I'm not saying he's crippled, but he uses a cane. He doesn't understand how to use a cane.
Yeah.
Because based on his mental health situation, teaching him to use a cane is impossible. I tried to do I even look at this, simple as this. They told me to do an IQ. When I applied for OPWDD, they told me that the baby needs an IQ evaluation. The school psychologist, everybody knows he can't do an IQ evaluation. My son doesn't even know the name. I don't even know if he knows his teacher's name. I don't even know if he knows that he's only 6 students in his class, even though he has been going there for a year and a half. I'm telling you,
right.
It is so limited, but you're asking for an IQ and you can't pass him to OPWDD without an IQ pass. You see what I'm talking, which makes no sense. So I'm saying, who goes through these processes? Are these people really trained to go through these processes?
Right.
Because you're making it so difficult for the persons who actually genuinely need it. And of course, if you have the right resources and the right person, because sometimes I get some person and I say, okay, mom, just make this call and do this, and it's done. But if I don't meet that person in my lifetime, it will never get done.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Yeah, so those are the little intricacies when it comes on to getting him through the door of a lot of things. But the wait is long. But as I said, I will not take from New York. The resource is here. If you have the right help and you have somebody that especially loves their job, because I'm not going to say somebody who knows the system, because if you don't love your job, knowing the system makes no sense.
Right.
The person have to love them job. You have some case managers that you get, and they have their child. They just meet this child, and that child just impact their lives. and everything goes so smoothly.
Right.
If you meet somebody who is just not up to it, but the pay is good, the work hours is good, I am good, but the needs of the person is not ever being met. I remember one time I had case managers who were coming, and I remember I didn't see them for months. I registered with the system and they never came for months. I sat here and I was like, no man, about 7 months they were billing insurance and nobody was coming to see my child. And as some of the things I needed to do, I didn't know that they were supposed to do it. So I was calling now for help.
Right.
When I call for help now, that's when they're saying, okay, no, mom, this you have a team assigned to you already. And they have, even last month, they rebuild insurance for the next 6 months.
Right.
So I'm like, how is it that everything is being built around us, but the baby is not impacted?
Right.
So it's, as I said, so it had fantastic. And as I said, I tell people all the time, if the governor or the government or whoever is responsible comes to come to me and say, listen, I need you to go and fight the war or go represent America, I will go. Because the care that my son gets, and I tell anybody, I will represent America just because of the resources and the help my son has gotten. I'm not going to say it's all roses and peaches.
Right.
But regardless of the level of care, I have to give them top notch. Coming to New York again, as I said, I will not take away from the many defects. It's a fantastic place to be.
Right.
Forget about the noise, forget about the train, forget about the violence of people say, forget about the messiness of New York. It doesn't matter.
Right.
For me, you come to New York, you mind your own business. You mind your own business, you'll survive.
Exactly. True.
Yeah, you mind your own business. My shelter have so many rats and roaches.
Right.
And like some people say, oh, Carrie, the baby have breathing problem. I'm homeless. I don't have a choice.
Right.
What choice do I have? If I see the rat come and it eat my bread, we just get upset and pissed, and then we just try to figure out when I go buy my bread and hide the bread.
Right.
But I can't, I know this is not it forever. So we just sit down with them. Sometimes them come and say, okay, that's Stacey, that's Jessica, that's Mary. We just make a name for me rat them and my roaches. Like I think I have no, there's just so much going on with Aiden. I can't worry about 2 rats and 2 roaches.
Right.
If he gets sick now, somebody has to be responsible because I've made enough mention of the rats and the roaches.
Right.
I am not in a position to get out of the rats and the roaches. So I have to just make them my best friend. But if my son gets sick and he's affected, then that's where we're going to have a lot of showdown.
Right.
Because I did make my voice heard 50 million times. But I don't have a choice right now because I can't help him.
Right.
But this is the best that we have and it's been offered. But overall, I am very grateful. I'm extremely grateful. And as I said, if tomorrow there's a fight and they said, okay, I'm going to recruit you, I'm just going to ask God, let me come back with my mental health, my lungs, my foot, my 2 little foot, and 2 little hand. No, it's true. I always say that. Anybody who knows me, they know. Right? Let me come back with my hand, my foot, everything intact. Because my son needs me. So I'll go, but promise me, God. Yes, because there's no other benefactor. There's no beneficiary. There's nothing at all out there that I can say, if something happens, somebody's going to take my son. My son is a lot of work.
Right.
I don't want him in the system. I don't want him in with nobody else. I am his mother, and I also ask God for help and strength to get through that phase.
Right.
You're going to cry. You're going to cry. You're going to cry. I have cried a river 1,000,000 times. I've filled 50 barrels. If you give me that apartment complex now and they say they're out of water, put me at the top, let me cry, and everybody can get a good shower. Crying is not a bad thing. Sometimes when I cry, my head hurts me. Sometimes when I look, I see the blood vessels are popping through my eyes because I know my stress level is high and my headache is up. But once I sleep and I get up, I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I was sitting in a psychiatrist's office.
Right.
Find ways how to divert all your pain. Everything that's going on, find ways to channel it. I love outside. I like nature. I'll be outside at the park just sitting and I'm praising God and I'm talking to God. Because when I'm talking to God, I don't like to talk to God in the building. I feel like God now hear me. So I like go outside in the broad, open space when I shout to God, no one, not even the cloud enough to stop me. Because I want to hear what mommy I say. Yeah, man, so find ways how to fill these gaps. Because depression is real. I'm not going to tell no man that, oh, I'm strong and when you see me, me look strong and firm. No, man, me depressed. I do know depression.
Right.
Me know when you're battling with the mental health, but you know you have to put your son first.
Right.
Me know some days you want like a nurse or you want somebody to say, listen, I'm going to give you 30 minutes time to take a break, go. You're afraid for, even though you want the break, you're so afraid to go because you don't trust the person with your child. You know,
Right.
because you know the type of child you have. So you say, Lord, man, I wonder if ain't the bite her yet. At the time I reach downstairs, you probably bite her, you know.
Oh
Oh,
God.
mom, you have to run, come back up. So the 30 minutes break done a long time because you have to get back to him because he might go start bite. If the
Right.
person is not trained, if they don't understand hidden, you're going to have a lot of problems. A
Right.
lot because he's vicious. He bites. I don't know how to solve biting. If I can solve the biting, I can't put him in daycare. I can't put him around other children. I don't put him in public spaces. I can't put him on a train. I can't put him on a bus because if he rips those people, I'm going to be in trouble. Or he's going to be in trouble because they're going to whop his little butt.
Right.
I can't put him in school because I don't want, he's in school, but he has his para who has to protect him at all costs because if he gets away in 5 seconds, he's going to rip somebody.
Right.
Because some days he's the most perfect son. The next day, you're like, man, I wonder if I went to the sin land last night, you know? And maybe I committed some sin and it's coming back, you know? Yeah, like it's just it's just oh my God, I'm so in love with this kid. And next minute I wonder, no man, something happened. What happened? Something happened. Something switched, like you flick a switch. You turn it up, turn it down, and it was perfect. And you turn it up, and you say, no man, let's hurry up and turn it back down. Because some
I,
days even the doctors are puzzled.
I think that's all
Even
kids though. I think all kids are like that. One, you love them to death, and the next minute, it's a problem. Like, is it the same child I saw 20 minutes ago? So
yeah,
I think that part is nothing different compared to any other kid. I think you just probably see it more because you know of everything happening, but I think that's almost every kid out there that I
yes,
see. And I've worked with daycares, and that's how it is. That's how it is with my daughter. I'm like, one minute she's the best kid in the world. Like I love her regardless of what she's doing, But then when she do something wrong, I'm like, why would he do that? I look at her like little girl. So
oh,
that I can say that's for all kids. That's
yes,
for all
yeah,
kids.
it's tough. But as I said, you just don't give up on them because they need you so much. They
Right.
need you so much. And let me tell you, the food not get to them, the clothes, because my son dressed like, when I tell you my son dressed every year for his birthday, he wears a suit. Every year for his birthday, I give him one of the most expensive suit like he's going to meet the president. Because I want him to remember this day. Because he died 5 times, and I always want him to enjoy that birthday because God gave him a second chance.
Right.
Oh, well, a fifth chance. And I can tell you, he doesn't understand the clothes I put on. People get fussy over the Gap and the Moschino and the Gucci. And my son don't even know what Gucci is. He doesn't even know when he has on Gucci. He doesn't know the nice clothes that he wears. He doesn't know when I cut his hair because I'm his barber because nobody touches his head except his mama. So he doesn't know this type of hairstyle. Some days oh God, I make a mess of the haircut. But he loves it and I love it too. He doesn't know half the thing that happens. He's aware, but he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. And the greatest thing that gets him through is love. Because if I say, hey, that mommy loves you, he'll come and he'll give me a hug, he'll give me a kiss. He say, hey, let's go potty train. He doesn't know that, or maybe he just doesn't want to know that. But I know he knows love. I know he know. If I leave him with somebody for like a couple of hours, once I get back and he hears my voice, you can see him, push up his head. He knows mommy. Mommy is home. Mommy is home. And him start tear down the place. Like it's like a little tornado. Like, yes, man, now I can be who I want to be with mommy being here. And the tornado starts. So
Right.
they know love. Just like a child knows abuse. If you hit your child, they're afraid of you. If your child is afraid to be around some people, something is wrong. Because they understand love just as well they understand abuse.
Right.
They understand. But they may not see, like, as I said, because he's blind, clothes don't mean nothing. The hairstyle don't mean nothing. How much money he has in his pocket doesn't mean nothing. Like life doesn't revolve, it revolves around what I do to him. The food that I give him, He knows it by the taste. In the mornings when I put on his perfume, I spray a little on his hand so he can smell himself. I said, this is what Aiden smells like today. Some days I said, show mommy Aiden. And I teach him how to touch himself to show me that I am Aiden. To try to still put some meaning that he's still somebody.
Right.
Yes, he loves the park. He loves nature. Find the thing that he loves. If you hear my son plays his keyboard, we lost his keyboard. He loves his keyboard. He's a guy that plays music nonstop. It doesn't matter what happened. You'll be in your bed sleeping 2, 3 in the morning, and anywhere that keyboard is, you get up in the morning and you hear music playing. I remember even my landlord would text me and say, "Mom, you left the house like 6 months ago, but I still hear my ear son in the back room playing." Everybody got used to it. You just have to just sleep through it because you know that's just him. As early as the morning, as late as the night, even if he wakes up 2 in the morning and you're still sleeping, he's not going to go into anything like touch fire or water or smoke. No, he's going to go for that keyboard. That was the only thing that I knew kept him going. Music. He's a music guy. He loves water. He loves swimming. I am not expecting a mathematician. I'm not expecting he's going to do be the top doctor tomorrow. I mean, life can change. But I know he loves music. I capitalize on music. I know if I had a place, I would set up his play area where he'll have all the things that he loves. He loves trampoline. He can put his body in some of the positions unbelievable to man. He knows how to do headstands, perfect headstands. He knows how to spin. He knows how to do some stuff. And they always say, "Mom, put him in gymnastics class," because I know he'll do well there. Swimming, you put him in water. It doesn't matter how cold the water is. He's going to be in there playing. Sometimes you turn on the shower, you have to wait till it gets warm. He wants to go in there immediately. As long as the water starts touching his body, he doesn't matter how cold it is, he wants to go in. So those are the things he loves doing, so I capitalize. He loves dancing. So usually I play my music and we'll be dancing and he'll come and hold my hand like my little husband and we'll dance. He loves when I'm singing. He puts his head or his cheek to my cheek to feel the vibration. And then he'll giggle. So he's not all bad. No children or child is all bad. There has to be something that your child loves. Just find the things that they love and capitalize on it. Show them all the love you can, because that's the only thing that's going to get them. Happy days, sad days, miserable days, fussy days, it doesn't matter. That's the only thing that's going to keep them going. The only thing, your love. If you have support, take the support. I don't have the support and it's hard. And I'm still doing it. I have not put any partners around him. His father and I separated at birth. That's it. He didn't want a disabled child. He never looked back. He never tried to meet his kid. He never tried to touch him. He never tried to say, okay, let me see one birthday. Let me send him a gift for his birthday, even though he has never met me. I accepted that responsibility the day I gave birth, that I'm going to be his mom and his dad. A lot of us will have to do it alone. A lot of people think that, oh, you have to have a boyfriend or a partner. I've never done it. If we're homeless together, we're homeless. If we live in the doghouse, it's me and my son. If we're eating oxtail, it's me and my son. If we're eating bread alone, it's me and my son. And that I've been celibate for years. I know his doctors always say, "Mom, try to get him a sister. So anything happens, he has a little brother, a little sister too. To step in." I'm just so scared because of so much trauma that I suffered having him from the doctors and all this. I don't want to go back down that road. So my fear conquers everything. Why I don't want to go back into motherhood. But I don't know if the Lord is going to give me that chance again. I don't know. But only time will tell. Right. But give them all the love you can. Don't limit them. Don't limit them. It doesn't matter how disabled they are. Do not limit them. Do not. Set little standard, like small steps, small baby steps. Some simple things I go excited over. People like, "Oh man, your son is 7, you should be doing that." Okay, his brain is 2 people or 1. So you can say anything. You're seeing a 7, I'm seeing a 2. So the little baby steps matters. They're very, very important.
They are.
Yes, cherish them. Cherish them. Don't ever look on the neighbor's kid. Oh, he can walk, he can jump. Every disability is different. Everybody autism is different. You have high functioning autism, you have very low functioning autism. You have some people with autism who has never ever functioned. They're just there looking at you, you're looking at them. So everybody's situation is different. Everybody's special needs or disability is different. So you can't judge anybody else. Don't watch anybody else. My son is like the greatest. Anybody who knows me, his teachers, everybody knows that Aiden is top tier to me. Literally top tier. Nobody's children or kids or anything is more precious than him. Absolutely. And I'll never let him feel any less. I'm just prepared. I don't know if one day I'll speak. He doesn't speak, and I would love to hear his voice sometimes. I mean, he does his little cooing and those type of stuff.
Right.
I don't know, but you hear his voice and his
Right.
pitch are so high, like that boy, if you could sing, I know you can sing, I know you can sing, because his voice
Right.
is really nice. But I'm loving to hear his voice. You have some persons who have other special needs children who they may not be able to play basketball, but they can dance, they can swim, and you still judge them. You see, you're playing basketball, you need to learn something else, top up the skills, do this. No, leave them at their own time. If they're lazy, find a way to channel that. Make things fun, make learning fun. If you can make learning fun, they love it. My son loves learning. He's bored easily. Whatever he gets, he gets. He doesn't want to do the same thing over and over.
Right.
Sometimes he stands his ground. Like I remember one time I made some porridge porridge. It was porridge. And he didn't like the porridge. I said, okay, Aiden, I'm gonna get you to drink this porridge. I had color to it. He can't see, but I had color to it. Still wasn't taking it. I had taste to it. Listen to me. I remade that porridge about 10 times. And I just ended up drinking it. So I'm telling you, when he stands his ground, he stands his ground. I don't know if other mothers are like mine, but when he stands his ground, he stands his November kid, stands his ground. He means
Yeah.
business.
I'm
So
in
I
November
don't even.
too. Happy birthday, belated birthday to Aiden. Yeah.
His birthday. He just turned 7 on the 19th of November. Yes.
Yes.
So you know them. Learn to know your kid. Learn to monitor their behavior. Whatever changes, learn to do those type of stuff. Get them, as I said, get them into activities. Take them out. My son is not limited. I used to take my son to the movies, and everybody look at me like, "You have a blind kid in the movie?" I'm like, "What?" He's my date. We go to the restaurant. I'm putting his food right in front of him, and he's going to touch everything on that counter till he finds his food. And where he's going to sit like a big man. He doesn't know the food. He doesn't know nothing. He knows it smells good, and he's going to eat that food, and he's going to sit, and he's going to eat. We're going to go to the park. We're going to go to the swing. I put him on the slides. I teach him how to do the slides. If I have to stand there, walk with him to the slides till he slide down, then I go all the way around, pick him up back, go back, and I have to do that all over again. He's going to go on the slides. He's going to go on the swing. So he's not going to go to the park, 100 kids playing, and because he's blind, I'm just going to have him just looking. No, he's going to participate in everything. It took him 6 years to eat an ice cream. When he did eat the ice cream, oh man, it was like he went to heaven and back. I tried ice cream. He didn't like it because it was cold. The sensory was having a warm time. The stickiness of the ice cream, everything was just so bad on him. It took him 6 years, he recently learned to eat an ice cream. How much persons are going to sit 6 years trying to get a kid to eat ice cream? Everybody loves ice cream. I
Right.
had to struggle to get him to touch ice cream. Then he used to use his mouth, his lip, put in the ice cream. Then he developed the taste. Then he realized the cold wasn't so bad. Then the sweetness got to him now. Then he started licking the ice cream. I literally recorded that. I laughed so hard. But he had his ice cream. It was a mess though, but he had his ice cream. So
Right.
everybody's journey is different. Time is the greatest master. You
Right.
just never know what they're going to do, but don't limit them. If I was in a better situation, he would have been in every program possible. I would
Right.
have had a car where I could drive with him, take him to different places, let him get to see life. It's hard not driving, especially the weather. The weather being so cold, I can't have him. He's asthmatic. If I had a
Got
car, I could take him to nice to the indoor places. I could do more stuff. If I had a job, I would be doing more stuff with him. But
right.
I can't do those type of stuff because life limits me.
Got it.
So
I,
it's a tough call, but you can do it. And as I said, you don't have to have a man. You don't have to even have family. Because my son, even though I'm in the shelter and I've helped so many people based on the knowledge that I have had, And these are competent mothers, mothers who can work, kids who are in tip-top shape. And they're still laying down or looking out for me to come and help them with something.
Right.
So sometimes it's not all bad. It has to do with the type of mother that you are. You have to get up. You have to go out. You have to try. You have to try.
So I
There's
want to
nothing.
say, oh, yes, you can
No, you can go. You can go.
continue. I was gonna say, what I want to say is don't limit yourself, guys, as she said. Make sure you
Yes.
take every opportunity that you can to make life better, no matter what it is, whether it's big or small. Every little thing matters, and life is just not, every day is not guaranteed to anyone. Take it one day at a time. And another thing that I've got from what you said also from earlier, New York has a lot of resources. It's just to get to those resources and to be able to follow through on them. Don't give up on what you want to get for your family. Make sure that they get the things that they need and you know what's owed to them. The process does take long. A lot of these city things, because other people have broken down the system, they put a lot of things in place to keep the people who actually need it out of it. And for some reason, people who don't need the resources are getting it faster than people who actually do. I think that's some of the things that they need to work on, is to make sure that they can give people who actually need resources what they need. And we need to find a better way. I don't have the solution on how the better way would be, but we need to find a better way, especially for kids. If they're born with a certain disability, I think they should be automatically opt in to it, because if you know they're born that way, you know it's not going to get any better, or it's going to get a little bit better over their lifetime. They should have that proper start from the beginning, so they're not lagging 4 and 5 years behind. I think that's some of the things that New York City needs to work on with those things. Love the resources. We just have to make sure the resources can actually get to the people that needs the resources. And that's the one of the important thing. But don't limit yourself. Don't limit your family. Don't limit your kids. They are amazing. And if you need any resources from us, everything will be down in the link tree down below for anybody. Do you have any last words for the people who are
I
listening?
sure do.
Okay.
All right. First thing is first, take time out for yourselves, for the
Right.
mother, the parents. I think I forgot to mention that. It's not gonna be all cookie and cream, but you have to take time for yourself. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Some days, if you get 5 minutes, go sit even in a McDonald's, a Burger King, a KFC. Take your time, pick on a little chicken, sip some juice,
Right.
watch a movie, go to the park. Sometimes the park is free. That's one of the greatest achievements for me, the parks. You
Right.
don't even know the power of the natural air, the natural trees, seeing people around you. Because some days when you're locked in the house, there's nobody but your son and yourself, just like me. When I go to the park, I get to see nations, creeds, just about everybody. Even if I just take the time out to just look at somebody playing basketball, somebody playing soccer, somebody climbing a tree, somebody just fell a while ago, just you get to see a little of that. Sometimes you just need that.
Right.
Don't be locked in and don't think yourself worse than anybody else because you have a special needs child, because you think nobody loves you. Find that gap and love yourself. Fix up yourself. Get out. Even if you don't do makeup, put a little makeup on your face. Get out looking, put on some nice perfume, walk, get out. Even if you have to push the kid, just look beautiful, look flawless. You can't let the stress take you over, because that stress will kill you. Once you're dead, that child is going to suffer if you don't have a backup plan.
Right.
Even with the $50 million you may leave for a life insurance, there's still no guarantee the person is going to love him like you do. And
Right.
they'll never get a replacement parent, whether a single dad, a single mom, whether you have a husband, partner, family members, whatever you do. Learn to love yourself, take care of yourself. And that's the only way you're going to be the best caregiver for your child.
Yes. So, guys, thank you for coming back to listen to the information. And I hope that you learned some things. And like I said before, everything will be down below if you need resources for your family. And if I can help you in any way with connections or certain things, I'll try my best to do those things. We had a child advocate on, Jennifer, in I want to say 2 or 3 podcasts so far, and she can help you with certain resources and making sure that you can get certain things. So if you do need those kind of help, definitely DM me. I cannot solve all your problems. I cannot, but I can definitely try my best to put you in a direction Whether you're homeless or not homeless, it doesn't matter. Certain resources are good for anybody, no matter what situation they are in. And we're here to help people and to make sure that you have a better life. And we cannot solve all your problems, but we can help you solve some of your problems. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you're safe. Give your loved ones the kiss and hugs that they need. So you don't have to buy a gift. Just a hug and a kiss can, especially for a child, it can brighten up the day. Or for a
Yes.
mom who's stressed out, they could brighten up their day. Don't forget about the people around you. Call a friend that you have not heard from a long time. That will brighten up their day, especially if they're depressed and sad. Those things can change a person's life around. And you never know what your kindness can do for other people. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for listening. And please come back next week to listen. Well, not next week, sorry. In the next 2 weeks to hear about the podcast. This might actually be the last podcast for the year, and we're going to be going on a little small hiatus. I want to say about a month, maybe two or so, while we regroup and make sure the next season will be amazing for the listeners. Please follow us on social media. We probably will still be posting on Instagram, but doing this podcast will not be coming out for a little while. But we'll put in probably small clips here and there so you don't forget about us at all. But we'll be active on our other social media platforms. So go check us out over there. And I talk to you next time. Thank you guys and have happy holidays if I don't get to say that before the year is over. And please be safe. Bye.